Welcome to Almost Adequate, live from my basement on Facebook Live. We are back for episode number 6. I got to thank the folks that helped put this together tonight. Peter John Ross, our director extraordinaire. Pull yourself up there, Ross. Give yourself some love. There you are. Also, huge thank you to Mike Miletic. We'll be talking with him some. Micah Jenkins doing audio tonight. And I'm joined by some very special guests. Back again this week, he's Rick Cannon. Welcome, sir. Dave from the band One Pretty Minute.
How do you do?
Grindhouse. He's here hanging out with us as well.
One Pretty Minute.
You remember that band?
I barely.
I don't know. You used to drink a lot, man, when you were in that band.
I did.
So.
I was a fucking mess, man. Fucking, but I'm cool now.
But you're cool now. That's news to me.
Remember that time?
Yeah. Hey, man, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to be talking at length about something Ross said the other night that we're going to beat him up possibly afterwards.
I would hope so, yes.
And speaking of Ross, we're going to be busting your balls mercilessly tonight. Are you cool with that, man? Just let us know now. Do we have a safe word planned out? Do you need one?
I don't need one.
Okay. It's a brave soul, man. First things first, it was announced last week O.J. Simpson was released from prison, and it turns out signed with the Cleveland Browns. Pull this one up. This is brilliant, man. How's that? Everybody here is a Browns fan, so this is more like a group, a support group, than it is a show tonight. But yeah, that's funny as hell. O.J. Simpson, he's out. He's available for the Browns to now draft. I wouldn't shy away from O.J.
We've been looking for a killer instinct on that team for a long time.
Yeah.
I know he was acquitted, but
Drafted Trent Richardson. That didn't work out. Put the juice back in the backfield. Let him rush.
Question for you. O.J. comes knocking on your door. O.J. Simpson knocks on your door and goes, "Hey, man, can I crash on your couch for a month?" You let him? Cannon, we're going to have you answer last. Dave, you let O.J. Simpson crash on your couch if he says, "Hey, man, just for a month or so."
it's freaking O.J. Simpson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine the
He's in.
stories? Can you imagine the stories he has to tell?
It would be the best stories ever.
You know he would tell you that he killed the people. He would tell you by the end of the month.
What would be great is if he named other people that wasn't Nicole and Ron Goldman. He's like, "You remember this motherfucker? I fucking stabbed the shit out of that dude." That would be great. Just gives you a fucking list that's just out of control. You're like, God damn.
Ross, what are you thinking? If O.J. comes knocking, you letting him in and crashing on the couch for a month?
I'd do an inverse Cato Kalin for sure.
Yeah, let him hang out.
Put him in your pool house.
Mike, you in for this? Are you in for letting?
No, the man's a murderer.
Oh,
No.
come on,
He's
man.
acquitted, Mike.
about-
He was
Yeah,
acquitted.
acquitted.
He was
But
acquitted.
what about you, Noober? What about you?
Absolutely. I would have to pack my blonde girlfriend up and move her out for that month, but Juice can crash on the couch. That's cool. I'm not mixing. Just in case he has whatever happened again.
He's feeble now.
Yeah, I don't
think
know,
he's feeble.
man. I don't know.
He looked rock solid still.
OJ looks
Yeah.
pretty good, man.
You
I don't
would
know
have
if
to
you just-
move
Prison
out.
does not soften people.
Your white blonde girlfriend would have to definitely move out.
Yeah.
Why are you not thinking about her safety when bringing in the
I
Jews?
am by moving her out.
Move her out.
No, listen, if I had the opportunity to have O.J. Simpson crash on my couch and have conversations with the guy, I'm going to take that opportunity.
He would do a show.
Oh, absolutely.
He would definitely do a
Absolutely.
show.
I wouldn't have anybody else want to be on the show except for maybe you, Cannon, because he can crash on your couch, right, man?
He could crash on my couch, I guess. Yeah.
Come on.
Why the skepticism?
I mean,
It'd be kind of
I'm
weird.
not
It would be
black. I'm
creative. sir.
OJ.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Okay.
And you're black, I heard.
Shout out to Jay-Z on that. Better fucking believe it.
Quick, Nuber, 'cause
Go.
You're going to move your girlfriend out, and then you're going to board up with a guy that's been having sex with other men for the last, 7, 8 years? Is that
You know what, man?
Tuesday for noobs.
The art sometimes takes sacrifice, and that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Okay, we're moving on. We have the Coke versus Pepsi challenge. Fire this intro. Check out this badass intro Ross cooked up for this. Do this. A couple weeks ago, Ross asked for a Coke product. I decided to find out whether, in fact, he was a diehard. So I went and got him a Pepsi product, and he goes, "I will not drink that piss water." So I said to Ross,
Specifically, horse piss.
horse piss. Okay, that's fair. But I said specifically then to Ross, I'm like, "I bet you could not tell the difference." And you go, "Bullshit, I can tell the difference." So that's what we're going to find out right now. What we have here, Mike has poured 4 different colas, okay? One of which is Coke, correct, Mike?
Yeah, one of these is Coke, and then there's 3 not Coke. So
3 not Coke. So we have Pepsi, RC Cola, and Big K. We built a time machine to find some RC Cola. So Ross claims that he'll be going to be able to sip all 4 and tell us which one is specifically Coke. And I would assume, based on the fact that he called Pepsi horse piss, I would assume he would be able to identify that too. We'll find out.
that's coming right out of his mouth.
So go ahead, Ross. Give a shot for us, please. I don't think he can do it. In fact, I know for a fact this has been done before, and it came out that that even diehard people, when they were given the choice of 3, they couldn't tell the difference. You give Ross 4, I'm not thinking there's any chance. So that was A. B, go ahead, Ross. Do you need a palate cleanse?
Are we cleansing the palate?
Where's the sherbet?
Oh, Ross
He's
is going back
drinking
from.
all of them.
Oh,
Like he's
this has changed its name to Watch Ross Get the Diabetes. That's the name of this bit.
Gonna need a new intro.
Shake his head on that one.
Oh, he shook that one right the fuck off.
All right, C.
That's Coca-Cola.
Wow.
maybe.
Okay.
There's still one more.
Okay. Boy, this is such suspense. Now he's thinking that one's Coke.
Uh-oh.
He's finishing it. There you go.
For someone who doesn't like Pepsi, one of those was Pepsi,
Yeah.
and he
That
drank
shit, didn't he?
fucking all of it.
Yeah. Okay, Ross. So let's start it off. Which one are you sticking with C as being the Coke product? Oh, C.
That's
The
doubt,
man,
baby.
C. The
I'm
man
gonna
that
say
was
it was C.
You're saying it was C, and then which one is Pepsi? Come on, man. It's horse piss. You should be.
A was Pepsi.
Okay, Mike. The results, please. First off, which one was Pepsi, Mike?
Pepsi was D.
Pepsi was D. The one.
you have-
the one that he was. That he really liked.
You have not drinking as much horse piss as you have indicated.
Yeah, wow. Because Ross, you did pause on. He paused on D. So I'll tell you what, Ross. What did you like that, or was it just
No.
so reprehensible?
It was pretty nasty.
Okay. Might be a little bit of fluffing there, but Mike, go ahead and reveal which one was Coke.
I mean, he got it correct. It's C.
Unbelievable. Listen.
Team Diabetes.
Listen, this is what I'm going to say. I feel like Ross has the most shit superpower on planet Earth by correctly being able to identify Coke out of a lineup. That's kind of depressing. So, whatever, man. Congratulations on your skill set, I guess.
I believed in you. I thought you'd get it right. I
Next
definitely
week-
feel like I could do the same.
Next week, the Little Debbie
I
challenge, I
had
think, goes on.
no doubts.
I don't know about
That's
that.
what you're about, the little Debbie.
You
Little
really
Debbie
fuck-
challenge.
You really focused on the D there. Go ahead, Mike.
When the apocalypse hits, the trick will be, can he tell the irradiated Coke from the regular Coke?
The Nuka-Cola, a little Fallout 4 reference. Everybody's staring at me. Okay, I love the game. All right, Ross, Real Reality Show. We have a video clip here that you cooked up a few years ago. Why don't you go ahead and intro this?
This is how we're going to get Tess in the show this week. This is a little something we did explaining my absolute hatred of reality shows, but there's a little bit of education in here too.
Do it!
I have an issue with TV. To be more exact, bad cliches in TV shows. There's a reason people don't call reality shows documentaries. What passes as reality today is so far removed from real that the term is so loose you could call The Hobbit a documentary. This is what most reality shows would be.
And now back to The Real Bachelor.
Uh-oh. Sometimes during playtime, boys and girls, things break. What do? Look to your left. Look to your right.
All this manufactured drama and allegedly interesting lives are all created. Where did the boom of reality shows come from? Again, when the writers' union threatened to strike, TV networks decided to plug their schedule with the union-free reality shows that have no actors or writers, all to save a few bucks.
All right, so that's why reality shows are a thing. We have a real reality show here whenever this man's a part of it.
Thank
He's
you.
Dave. He's from the band Grindhouse. Grindhouse going to be playing the Al Rosa Villa on October 26th. They're playing
August?
out there. What did I say? October? August 26th.
Thanks for the plug.
See, I'm gonna screw this up. I'm gonna screw this up, no matter how hard I want to make it right. But there you go. VIP tickets are available. You are headlining that show. You're gonna get a whole bunch of stuff, and one mystery item is in quotation marks there. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to ask you to reveal what that mystery item is, but can we get a general sense? Is this a food product? Is this something that might harm somebody, including the person who receives it?
It may or may not have come out of my bulldog's asshole.
Okay.
God.
All right, so
Okay.
enjoy yourself, man.
Not so much a mystery anymore, and
No,
I
it's
wish it
not.
had stayed that way.
I said may not.
Okay, well, here's the thing, Dave. You've been around for a while.
I have.
In fact, when we got the baby face picture of you, you look like a very passable transgender person here in this photo. How old were you when this photo was taken?
I was 18 or 19 years old.
My stars.
At the El Rosa, by the way.
Very, very fetching young man.
I'm with
such
that.
such a bright future ahead of that
I have the
one.
leather jacket on, no shirt.
And-
I've got
Like a boss.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I got fucking mom jeans on. I think that's pretty rad. I've got some bitchin' mom jeans. I promise you, I've got combat boots on.
Is that acid wash?
It certainly fucking is. I don't.
Yeah.
You don't think I
Come on,
half-assed
come on,
this?
Come on. He's committed to that.
That's perfect for the time.
Absolutely.
Like Kip Winger without the chest hair or curls.
Or muscles.
Well,
I'm
that's
thinking more like Sebastian Bach.
Yeah.
I'm thinking very, very. You were very pretty.
I was.
Take that. Take that as a compliment,
I
man.
do. I do.
And then we have the picture that was from the band Jade, correct? And then
Yeah.
we have the actual the promo for a show at the Al Rosa Villa.
That's me with
There's
my shirt
Kip
half
Winger.
off.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm seeing Sebastian
no.
Bach.
I'm saying his bandmate there.
Oh, okay. I got you. Who else is in that band?
There's Joel
Okay.
up front. He was the lead vocalist. I was a bass player in this band.
Yeah.
The poodle in the back, his name was Sandy.
Okay.
The shadow in the back, his name was Scotty.
Yeah.
And the guy
He's not
down
even black.
Yeah, exactly. And the guy down front was Piggy, who plays with a band called Rat Bastard Syndicate right now.
I have heard of them.
They're
Yeah.
very, very good.
Yeah.
And we've just played some shows with them recently, and he played in a band called American Dog as well.
There you go.
Really
There you go.
freaking.
The band Jade people might remember that from you.
If they're still alive, yes.
Yeah. Ross, do you remember the band Jade from way back in the day? You've been around for a second.
Yeah, I saw him a couple times.
Did you? What'd you think? Honestly.
No, that back then the music scene when it was the '80s hair band stuff.
Yeah.
music scene was good. I don't know about today.
And that's why we brought Dave in. I thought of all the people to bring in to confront Ross about this. Let me set this up. A couple weeks ago, when Tess was in here with Abby Miller from Columbus Alive, we talked about the most
Overrated things.
overrated
yeah.
things in Columbus, Ohio. And of all the overrated things in Columbus, of which there are many, Ross went for local music. And I said, Ross, hold on to that. I don't want you to put that out there. I got a guy I need to bring in that's seen everything, that's funny as hell, and that's why I couldn't get him, so I got Dave in here. So anyway, I want you to expand on why you think specifically local music is the most overrated thing in Columbus, Ohio, which is a bold statement. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
I just think that the local music scene is overrated, the most overrated thing, because so far there are no big breakout bands, and it's a combination of, yeah, most of the bands to me, they aren't good enough, but at the same time, there's absolutely no support locally. There's no really good local music scene. The only people making money are doing cover shit that no one likes. And that's why I think it sucks more than anything, is because bands that do original music, nobody's going to see them.
Well, that's true, but we got to break this down. First off, you're saying, well, bands that play cover, nobody goes to see them because they suck because they play covers. Well, that's not true, because that's an easy way to make some money in this town is
It
by
really
playing
is.
covers.
It really is.
So you're wrong there, Ross. Just flat out wrong.
I think the term overrated is wrong in this aspect because you kind of summed it up at the end by saying that no one cares.
Right.
And so you can't be
Yeah, how
overrated
can
if no
they-
one gives a shit, you know?
Yeah, exactly. In addition to that, Ross, we're dissecting you, and he can't say anything about it because we have the floor right now. I did local stuff for 5 years, and there's a lot of pretty awful bands out there. Believe me. I've heard some things. I always wanted to do a worst of show. I never had the balls to do it, but you would be able to hear some things that are just contrary to logic, to good taste. But I didn't do it, and I kind of regret doing it. So there's the shit out there. But if you're willing to go out to a show and put the work in, there's some real talent out there.
There really is. I was lucky enough in my last band to do a lot of touring. And, you know, as an unsigned artist that was just going out in a van, hitting venue after venue after venue after venue across this great country of ours, it's kind of surprising. Columbus actually really hangs in there with so many other states, cities. It's kind of impressive. I've played with some absolute shit out there, and Columbus can handle its own. It's just the fact that we are Ohio and we are Columbus, that the only people that are paying attention is Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the saddest part of the saddest reality altogether.
And let's back this up a little bit. Ross, let's say this. When was the last local show you went out to?
Jade.
1992, and that's when he's like, I came to this conclusion.
And this is
1993, and it was so bad, I'm done. Ross, when was the last time you went out and saw live local original music? And the fact you're even having to think about it tells me a lot.
It's probably been about at least 3-4 years.
Do you remember who you saw?
It was so bad, it's like erased from my memory.
So Noise Auction. All right.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Going for the throat tonight, man.
Absolutely.
I really like Noise Auction.
I did too, actually.
Yeah, I was
They
going
were
to
a really
say.
good freaking band.
I was saying,
Love
of all the bands to pick the shit on, man, that's a pretty good one.
It was just fun. It was just fun.
Yeah.
I really
get
like
it,
those
I
guys a lot, and they were a great band. They really were.
And obviously your guitar player.
Oh yeah, my
is-
guitar players. It was a Noise Auction.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Which is why it was easy to take that shot.
Right.
There you go.
Seven forgives.
But I want to get into some stories, and I've always wanted to tell this story. I've yet to have the opportunity about how dysfunctional local bands can get. It happened twice during the 5 years that I did local stuff. Bands come up to me or send me an email, so I had one of each, come up to me and say, "What's up, man? Why don't you play our music anymore?" When I played them either the previous week or 2 weeks previous to them saying that. Now, local stuff is an hour-long show. It happens on 99.7 The Blitz. Still happens on The Blitz. From 10 to, it was like 9 to 10, and now I think it's 10 to 11 on The Blitz. And that told me so much about the fact that there are so many bands out there that are just in it for themselves. And if it doesn't directly involve them and them exclusively, they don't want to be any part of it.
Absolutely. And it's a kind of a speak to desperation as well.
Yeah.
I mean, why aren't you playing us? Why aren't you playing us? I just freaking played you. And there's a lot of other bands out there too. And you know, the stronger the scene, the better everybody turns out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
And that speaks not just to, you know, if you're not listening to local stuff, which I do, I catch it sometimes. I'm not in a local band, but I catch it just to see what's out there. If you're in a local band that might get airplay, or in that case was getting airplay, and you're not listening to the show, you wonder why we put it Sunday nights at 9 o'clock in such a dead area. That's why, you know, that was so indicative of the problems in specifically local bands. And those were few and far between, though. I gotta say, honestly, Ross, most bands get it. Like, you're out there, you've been doing it for a while. Do you still have the dream that you're gonna be able to do this full time for a living?
I don't.
You do it because you want creative expression.
I really, really do. I love songwriting. I love the last album we wrote. Like the first song on there is about H.H. Holmes, and I'm just infatuated with stuff like that.
The first serial killer here in America.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
and so it's got details in the song about his victims. It's got his address in there. It's got all sorts of really cool stuff, and I like the creative expression, and I just love performing. Mm-hmm. It's just so much fun. I like being a little shocking and surprising, and it's an outlet and that I still just absolutely love to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have not seen you guys, but I will be there at the Alrosa.
Yeah, fucking thanks.
Sorry.
But the one thing I wanted to say,
Go ahead.
one thing I wanted to say for sure is, I mean, for you, have you noticed that, I mean, again, what I was saying is, I mean, I played in bands in the late 80s, early 90s, and the biggest thing I saw, and it goes with what you were saying about the radio station, which is people, I mean, there's no support for local arts, not just bands, but filmmakers, painters, everybody.
Yeah.
There's no support for local arts in Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it all that much more difficult. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's perfectly fine.
It makes it all that much more difficult. Being in a band and the Jade Days versus now is night and day. It's almost nightmarish, and why we still kind of push ourselves through it is just for that freaking 45 minutes that you
rush.
can grab a hold on
absolutely.
to. Back in that era, Jade would play the El Rosa Friday and Saturday, sometimes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It was just a cover charge at the door, and that place would have 600-700 people in it Friday, Saturday, and about 300 or 400 on a Sunday. And it's just a different era, a different time, a different style of music where fun and energy and bitches with titties out—that's what it was all about.
Yes.
We missed that, don't we?
I have this theory about local music. It's too accessible. Getting a good recording, a decent quality recording, is too easy right now. It used to be back in the day, and you could speak to this, Ross, maybe you could speak to this too. It used to be expensive as hell to record back in the day because you had to use the old reel-to-reel tapes. That shit was incredibly expensive.
It really
you had
was.
to go, you can go get a $300 board at Sam Ash now. You used to not be able to do that, And I feel as though the shit recordings have just oversaturated the market, and people get turned off to the idea of local music in general because there's so much garbage out there.
There's too much altogether, and without a true push, you're kind of limited to websites like Reverb Nation is a quality example. Like in the hard rock genre of Columbus, Ohio, Reverb Nation, when my last band, I haven't paid attention to it in a while. My last band, we were keeping an eye on the charts. And we're like, hey, we're up to number 3, we're up to number 2 out of 260 in Columbus, Ohio. Where are these bands? And there's just too much.
I remember that, and I remember I would know the top 10, and I was the local guy, right?
Yeah, this was your job.
If people had stuff down on wax or digital, I don't know what that's. They would send it to me, and I would listen to it all. But most of the stuff was just poorly recorded because you can't. You go to. Did you go to Sonic Lounge?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's the best guy in the city.
Yeah, Joe Veers is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Our last album was recorded at El Conquistador Studios in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sonic Lounge is right up there with us.
And there's nothing you can do to even come close to that with a local home rig. But people don't think that way. They're like, it's just as good as that. Yeah, it's just as good as that, It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way.
A little thing about Sonic Lounge and Joe Veers, when Daryl Hall and John Oates were here, John Oates stopped there to record.
Yeah.
No mustache. Doesn't fucking count.
Wow.
No countsies. No countsies. No mustache. No. Fuck Oates. That's what I say.
I will say this. I don't know if he's still there, but Colin Coffey over at John Schwab Recording, which is right around the corner from this house, maybe about 5 years ago, Slash and Miles Kennedy went right down the street here. Ross, you know where this is at, right? It's over by closer to your house.
Oh, yeah, it's right around the corner.
Right.
John Schwab Recording Studio.
Slash and Miles Kennedy went there to cut tracks with Colin over John Schwab. That's kind of big time. I mean, we have the capabilities here.
We do.
To make real, great albums. And great albums have been made here.
Absolutely. But no one is watching.
Yeah.
That's the saddest part about it.
Yeah.
And the legwork behind a show like our Al Rosa show coming up in August, it's extensive just to make sure that enough people are aware that we're doing a freaking show.
Well, you made me aware. And that's about it. I mean, me and the 3 other people watching right now.
Will you be there? Oh, fuck it, forget it.
Wait, but I have seen you. I have seen you guys on more than one occasion,
That's
and
true.
you kick
That's
ass
true.
every time.
Yeah.
August 26th is kind of a big fight going on that night, and I may or may not be in Vegas.
Are
for
you
that.
serious?
Yeah,
That's
it's
the night
that
of the
night.
McGregor-Mayweather fight?
It is.
We're dead.
Yeah, man, that's going to be tough. I'm serious.
Soon as
That's
I-
going to be a
yeah.
tough night for you.
It really is.
Wow.
And the night before is the Flex CD release party at the Newport.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, I'm still going.
God bless you
Thanks,
guys.
man.
I hope
I-
it works
I
out
don't-
all.
Thank you.
Don't look for me in the crowd at 11 o'clock at night, but I will be in attendance there. Again, the VIP packages for that happening August 26th over at the Al Rosa Villa are available now, $25, and you get to find out for that $25 what that mystery item is. It's maybe worth like $3 or $4 to me to find out what it is. Maybe not 25, but
really discounting all of the other amazing gifts that you get. First of all, you don't have one poster of me in this house.
Okay.
And you
right.
need one. And
You're right.
Need one.
You fucking need one.
We'll work on that. But thanks. I'll tell you what, man. I'll be there on the August 26th. I hope Cannon can make. No, Cannon can't make.
There's no fucking way.
I'll be there. I'm excited for this.
There's
week.
no fucking way.
It don't
I'm
change.
gonna be
No,
there, brother.
it don't change my opinion. I love you to death.
My man.
That's right.
Listen, the man. Look at him. He's just used to failure. The man. Just if there's any human being I know that can just roll, failure just rolls right off his back. He's the guy.
The pictures we showed earlier.
Yes.
Were me at the Al Rosa when I was 19.
Yeah.
August 26th, I'll be playing the goddamn Al Rosa again. So fuck yeah, I made it!
You made it, baby.
Fucking made it, Mom!
Oh my God. All right, we're switching gears here to something more or less, I don't know if this is intentionally funny or much more darker than what Dave just said. Mike Maletic has a movie playing over at the Gateway Film Center, playing tonight and tomorrow night. I'm laughing because he's rather hang out here with us than go see his movie at the Gateway Film Center. Tomorrow night at 6:30 it is playing. This is about, Mike, a murderous toaster that you made in 2001.
Right. This was back in college, me and my roommate and another friend, and it sat there in obscurity, maybe well deserved, but that's for people to see tomorrow. And then some guy last year, he must have saw it then, and he bought it from us, paid money, the check cleared, and he's distributing it, and he's got the Gateway rented out for tonight and tomorrow. So I'll be there tomorrow at 6:30 watching it for the probably 500th time. But I'll have some alcohol in me because
Yeah.
I'll need it.
Is there a chance you might walk out of your own movie? Any chance?
No,
Because it's tough. It's got to be tough to. Ross can weigh in on this too. I know he doesn't want to watch his movie anymore, Horrors of War, with $1 million budget.
I probably will never watch my first feature film ever again as long as I live.
That's funny. That's funny. I mean, do you listen to your music?
Never.
Really?
Fucking never.
You don't revisit it, like, just to see, like, what the fuck was I doing in 1993 with Jade, just to relive that time?
I forced some of that shit on my daughter about a month ago.
Yeah.
And she's like, Dad, this is fucking terrible. And she's right. I mean, it was fucking garbage, but I mean, it was fun garbage. You know that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Fun.
You earned that music,
I
man.
fucking did, man. Look at how old I look now.
Yeah.
Christ, I'm 26.
But pull up the poster, the movie poster for this, Ross, because this is a real story. It's about toaster. Now is not the time for toast. This is about a murderous toaster this guy buys, and it just starts killing people. Mike, there was some controversy when this movie was released, too, from my understanding. I want you to talk about that real quick.
Well, we made it at Kent State University. Me and my friend were roommate were students there, and when we finally got it edited and we showed it at Kent Cinema, it was around May 5th, maybe even May 4th. But when we put some posters out, we put come to the Kent Cinema. You'll see 4 more dead in Ohio.
Oh man, that was just about the careers of the people that were in the movie.
Yeah. And apparently, 1970 something happened.
Yeah, right.
But no, I can watch this thing again and again. And by the way, if you're coming tomorrow, stay for the whole thing. But you could walk in about 20 minutes late. That's fine. It's all set up in exposition at that point. But I could watch it again and again because there's a lot of like really cool things that we learned how to do, editing, cuts, shots,
Yeah.
just all that stuff. With special effects, I mean, none of us had any experience on any of that stuff. So.
How much did it cost you to make the movie?
Oh boy, a couple $100, but
Yeah.
but I bought it. See, I didn't even use a computer before I edited this thing, and then I
Right.
learned how to use a computer. So we always factored in the cost of a computer and the camera and the editing software, and we would say, oh, it costs $2,000. But since we kept that stuff anyways, and we use it for other stuff, less than $100, honestly.
Go ahead.
How much is a ticket tomorrow? Or I mean, would I get any type of
$650.
VIP or-
I'm paying $650 because
Red
I'm
carpet
not.
service.
I got you.
You got me?
If you go, I'll go with you. I got you.
Is it red carpet premiere style? Like,
I have.
should
know
I
what?
wear a suit?
I've not even talked to the guy that bought it. So I'm paying for my ticket. So like, as far as I know, no one's counting.
Question: if this thing like defies logic and goes full blown Blair Witch, are you seeing any residuals from this, or are you sold all? Ross is shaking
All
your
rights.
head, and he's all indignant over there.
If it churns a profit, we do get a percentage. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Get some royalties of some sort. Yeah.
But in indie film, you're never going to see a nickel. They can find costs that you've never dreamed of.
Ah.
Every DVD cover suddenly costs $3 or $4.
Right.
Whatever you get as an advance, that's all you're ever going to see.
Really? Wow.
Oh, I mean, my feature film got released in Japan, England, Poland, Switzerland, Benelux, Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, U.S., all these places. We will never see a nickel.
Wow.
Never see a nickel beyond what he already gave us.
Wow. Huh.
Look at Mike
Sounds like
Spacey.
music.
Look
Again,
at Mike's
the
face. He ain't trying
parallels
to hear that
are
shit.
similar,
Yeah.
man.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Can we see that poster again? Is that mustache guy? Is that a real mustache?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
and that's
no way.
a real gun too. So yeah.
Holy
yeah.
shit! That mustache is fantastic.
That's worth your $650 right there in admission.
To see a quality stash like that? Are you fucking kidding me?
And he's actually
man.
from Ohio because when he says wash, he says warsh. So
Oh yeah, Southern Ohio.
I
Probably.
love it that the toaster is a double wide too. So, it's a real deal. That 4 pieces of bread.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there it is, Toaster. It's we're not saying premiering, but it's returning to cinema tomorrow night, 6:30 at the Gateway Film Center. I'll be there. Cannon's going to be there. Dave, you in for this?
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck it.
All right. Cool. And Mike will be there too.
yeah.
And then
yeah.
we can talk about just if it is as terrible as potentially I think it might be. We can talk about that next episode.
It will be.
Awesome.
It will not disappoint in that regard.
Fantastic. I love the honesty. Outstanding. Well, thank you very much, Mike. Also, we got to thank Micah Jenkins, Peter John Ross, Rick Cannon, and Dave Adams from the band Grindhouse. Again, the show is happening August 26th over at the Arrosa Villa. I'll be out there. I'm serious. I'm 100% I will be out there. And I look forward to it.
I enjoy your Spanish flair when you say.
I've been saying it for years, and it just gets, I get bored with things, and I just fancy them up needlessly. So that's what you're seeing. All right, thank you guys for watching. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode of Almost Adequate on Facebook Live.
Next time on The Real Bachelor.